Well, I think it's safe to say the revolution has officially been put on hold in Philadelphia. Coming into this season, a lot of people thought Chip Kelly's up-tempo, run-based spread offense would fundamentally change the NFL. And through the first half of their first game, it looked like it just might. If you remember that Week 1 game against Washington, the first half, Philadelphia ran 50 or 52 plays for 320 or 330 yards, something like that. Everybody's jaw was on the floor at halftime of that game, mine included. Since then, though, that offense has really been slowed. They've been hit by some injuries, no doubt about it, especially to the quarterback position. But it does appear that defensive coordinators are starting to figure out what's going on here a little bit. The last 2 games, the Eagles' offense has failed to produce a touchdown. They've combined for only 10 points. Only touchdown the team has scored was a defensive touchdown last week against the New York Giants. That should be especially scary for Eagles fans because of the 2 teams they faced, the Giants and the Dallas Cowboys, 2 of the worst defenses in the NFL. This week, Michael Vick out of the lineup once again after re-aggravating that hamstring injury. It will be Nick Foles again for Philadelphia. Foles was terrible in his last start against the Dallas Cowboys. The Oakland Raiders have been playing very, very well on defense this year. Hasn't been talked about much, but you have to be really impressed with the job that Dennis Allen has done with that Oakland Raiders defense. They were terrible last year. They entered this season with 9 new starters. Now, Allen is a defensive guy. He was Denver's defensive coordinator before being hired at Oakland, and he has done a great job with this Raiders defense that currently ranks 10th in the league in total defense and 6th against the run. Now, Oakland only allows 89.9 rush yards per game. Running the football is what Philadelphia does. Chip Kelly's offense is a spread offense, but it is a run-based spread offense. This is not like Mike Leach's offense. This is not some variation of the run and shoot that likes to throw the ball all over the place. The Eagles, Chip Kelly's offense, they like to establish the running game. They are first in the NFL in rush yards per game this season, even though they have not been able to get that running game going for the last couple of weeks. And it's going to be tough sledding for them against an Oakland defense that allows less than 90 rush yards per game. So is Nick Foles good enough in this scheme to beat the Oakland Raiders with his arm? The good news for the Eagles is the Raiders probably aren't going to run away and hide because they don't have a very good offense themselves. Oakland 26th in the NFL in both total offense and points scored. They also like to run the football. 5th in the NFL in rushing offense. Terrell Pryor, their quarterback, just does not throw the ball very well, but he can really make some things happen with his legs. We saw last week threw for less than 100 yards and a couple of interceptions, but also added a 93-yard touchdown run. That's the longest run by a quarterback in NFL history. So Pryor can make some things happen, no question about it. The Eagles' defense, very, very poor. 30th in the NFL in total defense. 31st against the pass, but that won't matter as much because, again, the Raiders aren't going to be passing the ball a whole lot in this game. I do lean towards Oakland here. They're at home. They've been playing better recently. The Raiders picking up a nice win over the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. They're a half game better in the standings than the Eagles, but mostly it's because of the momentum, the downward trajectory of the Philadelphia Eagles right now. It doesn't feel like to me they're about to come alive and save the season, even though they still very well could. I mean, everything is still alive for the Philadelphia Eagles. They're only a game out of first in the NFC East, but you can't like the direction this team is headed. I don't think this is going to be one of my best bets because I do not trust Terrell Pryor, so I have trouble backing him in spots like this, but I do lean towards Oakland here, -1.